Let me add myself to the stage here in the stream on the YouTube. Hello. You can see me on the YouTube. Decline that. Decline that. So many things to decline today. So how's everybody doing? What did not see you last. And I released something. Well, it should be releasing while we're talking tonight. It's an updated online self-paced angel workshop. So it is 101 how to work with your angels and feel better. It is, I added some grounding sections in there, modules. I kind of fixed up some things. I want to double check all of the links in, which I will do tomorrow. So if there is any issue in any of the links, and then there's a few modules in there, so it'll take you a hot minute to get to it. But I had moved some things around in the server, and I was just testing all that. But with that said, hey, Seven Storm, over there on the YouTube, that is getting re-released, which is kind of fun. I haven't really promoted it very much, and there is such a need to get some sort of foundation with the angels, something that is not just, a quick Google search and just anybody's blog post and their ideas. These information that is included in my classes, bring it in, Jamie, that are included in my classes have been taught to me about 16 years ago. And from there, we're certified. The individual was certified through the originators of angel numbers and things like that. So it's pretty solid data and information. And I will tell you that what I include in these courses is what I have lived. I have proven that they work because I'm that girl. I come from actually a medical background. So I like to kind of loosely prove theories. I don't just drink the Kool-Aid, if you will. So the stuff works. It's a tried and true, more original kind of angel work. So anyways, that's getting up there. And it's quite a bit of a discount on the one-on-one private. Now, I do also offer, if you guys haven't taken it, a one-on-one private, either Zoom or in person. It's about 2.5 hours. Sometimes it goes 3. Angel course, going through the 15 archangels, how you work with them, commonly asked questions. We go through and meet your guardian angel. We do a chakra clearing and balancing. There's a bit of a journey. I mean, that's a whole intensive of the one-on-one, and it can be done on Zoom as well. So no matter where you are. But what I'm launching tonight again is a self-paced. So if it's 1 in the morning and you want to learn about angels, you can click that button and get to it. So enough about that. Just gotta handle some of the housekeeping. Hello, everybody. Gosh, everybody's in here, or at least they were for a second. Hey, Trish, what's shaking bacon? Hey, Susie Q. Susie, I'm so glad that you liked your candles. I forgot that you maybe didn't get them before you went on vacation and things like that. We have a good vacation. How was it? How was everything? Everybody on YouTube, pop in, say hello. Pop in and say hello when you see me there. I'm a little distracted right now. I really need to kind of connect in here. Let me just do a little grounding. Between the dogs howling, the grandfather clocks going off, monitoring these 2 live streams, I'm going to bring my energy down a little bit here. Okay, here we are. Let's start again. That's an example of some energy management that you can do on the fly. When you're feeling really distracted, there's no focus, all is going off, there are techniques you can bring your energy down, center it back in, start to build some clarity, take the elevator ride, if you will. Back your mind, nice and quiet, sit down, and here we go again. So, really cool techniques. Also, I wanted to tell everybody. So I have so many news items here. I uploaded another free meditation. I was able to convert it. I'm playing with CapCut. Have you guys ever used that? I'm playing with it. It's going okay. Get the screen going here. I do not love the angles over here on YouTube, but okay, now I'm seeing the comments over here. Susie Q, thank you. You love them. Vacation was awesome. Did nothing. That's a great vacation. So many times people go on vacation and they have so many things, or they're going someplace where they know the individual's there, and so they end up running around and not really feeling like a vacation. I know my last one did not feel like a vacation at all. Um, like relaxing energy wise. I get to see new things, visit with people. But yeah, doing nothing sometimes is very important. Hello, Elsbarath. You're a funny one there. Oh, we got some haters over here on the ah. Of course we're bound to do it. The more we expand out, we're bound to have people that are hating on things. Um, Thank you for sharing the live. So yeah, I was mentioning that I was playing with CapCut, and I experimented with adding imagery onto some of the pre-recorded meditations. So there's kind of an aura cleansing, chakra balancing one that I put out today in grounding. It kind of does all the things. So that is up on the YouTube channel. So play, go, be free, use it, share it amongst your people. With anybody you think that needs to chill out and relax their energy, take a moment. It is guided. So you get an opportunity to listen to yet another description of ways that you can reconnect and balance your energy. I listen to a lot of different meditations and different guided ones, and I take things from each one. So I may not absolutely love the style of one, but there might be some good visualization triggers in there that I use later on. So I kind of taste test them all. All right. See if I'm missing any comments here. Lizard, lizard, lizard. What is that? What is that? What did I miss here? I must have missed something. So I'm going to type in a little message over on YouTube. Keep it going here. Yeah, it's giving me a really funky light on the YouTube, and I'm like bright red. It's like just sat in the sun all day. That's okay. Who knows? It's probably this green screen behind me that I've been playing with as well. Hmm. Oh, I get it now, Trish. The obvious. I miss the obvious. So, let's see, where were we here? There's stuff going on. Let me hear from you guys since it's been a week or so. I mean, we all know that I'm going to bring up the full moon. We all know. Um, I'm actually planning on putting out um, a angelic moon ritual, kind of written one that people can use if they want to experiment and keep doing things. But I want to hear from everyone if they want that, if they need that. Do you already have a routine that you work with the angels and go through, like, or don't work with the angels, work with another guide or being out there, but go ahead and do a full moon ritual with some crystals and candles and intention mindsets and mantras and affirmations and blessings and all the jazz. Blue moon, yes. Once in a blue, I like a blue moon. So yeah, I have that written up. So I would like to hear from folks on the socials if they want that. If not, I will keep it for myself. I can use it myself. I am tuning down and tapping in and getting feedback on what people want so as not to waste my time putting out a bunch of material that perhaps no one's looking at. Um, I am in a space, a season, if you will, right now of monitoring my time, reserving my time, and put my energy where it is best met and best, needed and wanted, instead of going from the mindset of doing what I think everyone will need based on knowing how to help people grow. Doesn't always translate the same way, though. So just kind of feeling out what's working, what's not, what people attend, what people decide to skip, things like that. Um, Sharing is caring, says Trish. Sharing is caring. Does that mean you want one? You want one? What have you guys over here on? So if you're just new here, YouTube, I am dual streaming TikTok and YouTube. So I will see you guys on both areas. If there's a little delay, that's okay. I will get to your answers. What we're doing tonight is a little bit of spirit chat. Hopefully, someone will have some questions, some things to bring up so that we can do that chat part. If not, I'll step into divination for donation if anyone would like to have said reading with the angels. I'm also have a little show and tell here too that I brought up. I bring my little show and tell items, things to share. Yes, unless it's that one lady, Trish. Well, yeah, the free one on YouTube is that one lady. There's about 50 of them, so they're going to be some of her. Which, by the way, I know it has to resonate, but that is who I learned from. So, just saying, there's some quality in them, but I also get it. Like I've heard audiobooks where people, I just can't get down with the voice and stuff in there. But there is good data in there if you can bring yourself to embrace the tone in there. I don't know. Taught me well. It's the voice. Well, as time goes through, as I've said many times, I will be re-recording, but it's not as simple as it looks. I have to get the script. I have to get the software out. I have to have a block of time to run it, then compile it, then put images to it, then upload it, then spread it. So typically, if I'm going to record a couple meditations, I need a free whole half a day to do all the behind the scenes things for that. But I do want to. That is a want. It has been steady as a want. And I do have a few out there. I don't know if they're on YouTube. They might still be on my hard drive from years ago. But it's a work in progress there. But I have the others, a lot of those ready to roll to where I could just go into CapCut now, attach the imagery, which then allows me to put it on YouTube. It has to be a movie. It can't just be an MP3 up there. And so I'm also having to do that. Here's all the boring techie stuff for the online classes because you have to video. You have to take the audios for each section as you're learning because I want you to do a meditation after different sections so that you can kind of exercise what you just read. So it's a process. I worked all day just revamping the how to work with your angels online course today. I have this cool software now, and I don't mind it doing it. I don't feel it's creepy. It's logged into my laptop, into the software on the laptop, and it monitors what apps and what things I'm in, for how long, and it gives me a total of the day, how long I've been working. It's very eye-opening, you guys. It's called Meme Time. You might have seen some things on Instagram about it. Time. It has been enlightening. I work a lot more than I thought I did, averaging 12 hours last week each day. Um, it's been 25 hours already on the other course, building it, and it's not done yet. The big giant chakra course, which I'm very stoked about, very excited, and I hope you guys will like it. You've been asking for it forever. That's what I have to say about that. But I'm 25 hours into that, working on it, because I can't do anything like halfway. It's got to be thorough. Has to be a compilation of different sources. Um, you know, not just a whole bunch of chat GPT. All right. So, who wants to see what's in the box? Anybody want to know what's in the box? I'm probably more excited than you guys will be, but maybe not. It is scary. It can be scary. Aki says it's not scary. My little Aki. I love Aki. Trisha's seen my Aki. Here's my little guy. There's the camera. He's my little reader friend. He helps me. Pandora's box. Well, not today. Today, it is merely the container for the largest pendulum I've ever owned. Not the biggest one I've ever seen, because at Hedgewitch, I saw the largest pendulum and held it. I took a picture and put it on social so you guys could see. It was ginormous. It was bigger than my hand. And I didn't want to hold it very long. It was expensive. And if I had dropped it, I would not be reading chakras. I wouldn't even want to drop that on somebody reading the chakras. It was crazy. But what I did get was the biggest one I have ever seen. I don't know if you guys can tell how big this sucker is. Big and heavy. And what I liked is when I looked in the light, I don't know if you could probably not see it, but it had some rainbow in there, which I thought were really cool. And most importantly, it resonated when I picked him up instantly. I didn't have to really recharge him or anything like that. He was ready to roll. So there has been some beautiful pendulums over the years that I have purchased because I wanted them, and I couldn't get them to read for me. They wouldn't listen to me, like a disgruntled puppy. They were not having it. Over the years, I got to form a relationship with them and use them for different things, perhaps than what I initially bought them for. But pendulums are weird like that. Have you guys ever noticed that? Have you ever bought a pendulum that just didn't seem to want to work with you? We talk about them as if they're just, crystals and things like that. And my perspective spiritually is that there's a bit of a connection involved with them. You have to form a relationship and kind of mingle and share energies, because it's an extension, of the psychic information coming through you and your intuitive awareness. Oh, where did I get this one? I got this one at Healing Hedge Witch as well. I'll be there Friday if anybody wants to come in. From 2 to 7. I'm staying a little later now. And in June, I'll be there 2 Saturdays as well as the Fridays. Yeah, I've actually been staying till close, but the commitment thing, I hate to lock in till close if I actually want to leave early. But the last 3 times I stayed, in fact, like I was after close last week. Like we didn't get done with readings. I didn't get done with readings until 8 o'clock, and the lights were already dim, and Lonnie was closing out the place. And I was like, oops, uh-oh. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. Oh, good, Trish. That would be great. I wish. Right now, I only have one person that has booked me. Not too many people pre-book. A lot of people show up, though. And they show up, they walk up, they see the sign, and they ask questions, and there we go. So, there's always space between, at least to say hi and things like that. There's been days where I only had one person book the whole day, and I just kind of mingled and helped people, decide on tarot decks, and oracle decks, and kind of explain the difference. I get a little bit of teaching in, um, just because I want to. I'm not getting paid to or anything like that. I just, if there's an opportunity and people are interested and they have questions, I answer them. Okay, cool. And hopefully she'll have it adjusted to 7 p.m. I sent the information over to Christy, and so in her spare time, she's going to update it. But just know I'll be there. I also asked if they could add in something like a 15-minute thing as well, because some folks they couldn't. They were having trouble with different time frames and stuff like that. Just show up, and we'll find a spot for you. Just show up, everybody. Um, let's see. I'm thinking about whether I need to work on offering phone readings there, but we'll see. I think the point is kind of get folks in there and share the energy and see the new stuff going on. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, enough about that. Um, don't come near me with those wands. Which wands? What are you talking about? Oh, the selenite wand. Oh, the forks, the tuning forks. You are the first person I have ever heard say that in my life. I don't know what to do with you. Sue Ellen, I noticed a little pop up here. You're so quiet. I didn't know, but it looks like you have donated for a reading and healing. Thank you very much. Let me give you a little piece of paper. I write it down. So sneaky. Nope. That piece will do. Ooh. All right, you are written down. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay. There you are. The forks. Yeah, so I'd be curious if it's all the forks or just with the situation that was going on with the awakening and awareness during that session, Trish, that did it more. Because there was a lot of, I want to say revelation or connection. Maybe not revelation. Maybe that's maybe a word. But connections going on there. And perhaps a little vulnerability. So I wonder if that played into it. Because most people like them. They're just like, oh, it's like a sound bath. Because that's what it's called. Yeah, who knows, but I'm not finding out. Oh boy. Hey, Raz. Hello, hello. How are you feeling? If you can hear us, how are you feeling? Last time we were on, we were definitely under the weather. Let me see if I can see all the things here. I'm going to look up, what do I have here? That is not that. Where is the other? Raz says, I'm feeling much better. I got hospitalized for pneumonia, but feeling better now. Okay. Was that after you popped in to say hello? Or was that just after you got home? I feel like that was just after you got home that you saw us. Either way, you're feeling better, and that is a very good sign. We love that. You popped in after you got home. Yeah. it's kind of hard to remember such things when you're so darn sick and out of it. At least I get out of it when I get sick like that. Like I'm all fuzzy headed and I don't even know, where I put anything, which is not new. I know I can hear you guys in the back. What's new there? Whatever. So yeah, rest as I was majorly out of it. So I've been thinking, all right, before we get into, we're getting close, Sue Ellen. We're getting close to doing divination. Um, I've been taking a lot of time to contemplate. Um, and it is going to be June, and typically in January, June, you know, kind of October-y, and then again in December-ish, I take a look personally. And a lot of times in the soul coaching uh, classes or sessions, we talk about points where we look back retrospectively and to say, okay, am I where I wanted to be right now? What has transpired? What has been illuminated on my path? What has made me feel better? What has made me feel worse? Kind of taking stock of the last few months and perhaps changing gears. I've decided to start doing that this week. And it has been a little heavy because there's some things that need to be let go of. And there is some illumination as to where I was not using my magic. And then fighting the urge to should on myself. I should have been doing that. I should have been doing this. So course correcting that thought process. So really on the fly, working on reprogramming my thought forms around that. I encourage you guys to take some time between now and Sunday to do that. Just take a look at where you are. Take a look at some of the great things that you've accomplished, some things that you followed through on. Um, you know, take them in. In fact, I'd love to have a meditation on this, even a live verbal one where I walk it. Maybe we'll end up with a power hour at some point. Where I walk you through. I'm sort of getting the idea and the visual right now of what would be beneficial, but to basically take those things and really place them into your heart chakra and feel them and simmer with them and let them sit and kind of wash over you. And after that process of really feeling really good, take a look at what you'd like to now shift into. Raz. Okay, I wrote you down here, Raz. Thank you very much for your donation. You will get a healing as well as swimming. Awesome sauce. Good evening, Jules. Good evening. Glad that you were able to make it. So yeah, kind of, instead of just plainly writing things on a list, kind of doing a heart-centered meditation to really receive them in, feel the appreciation for all that you've been through, all that you have accomplished, all that you've experienced these past few months, and then a bit of encouragement going forward. It feels like a very nurturing time, right? I don't know why exactly. I have to look at the planets, but it's feeling, at least on my end, like a good time for nurturing and like self-love, but also a bit of clarity and redirect. So being easy on yourself, but also being quite focused, getting an idea of what you want to. Are you guys working on anything like that right now? Is it something you might entertain? I tell you what, I'm also feeling very like um, uh, divination oriented. I'm really contemplating having a giant cup of my mugwort tea Sunday and just seeing what I can see with my third eye, kind of flying out there and see what's going on. I rededicated this year, in case I didn't mention that, to Hecate. It's like Hecate and Nyx at the same time. And that happened because they decided to do that game. And then I understood why the two together combined created what they're having me work on. Um, but I've really been drawn lately to the more prophetic aspects of the magic, and to really kind of play with that, with the black mirrors and scrying and kind of dreamscaping, with the mugwort and stuff like that, with some sort of exploratory focus point of like going into caves or places like that. So it could be interesting. I'm really feeling drawn to do that kind of magic, like really raise the energy in the room with putting on some of the magic that I like to put on, the music for kind of journeying and drumming and sacredness and primal energy. Yes, Sue Ellen, self-love. Jill says, I've been doing lots of self-love in the past few years, but I'm so lighthearted. I'm so lighthearted more recently. Okay, so that's a good thing if I'm reading it right. I'm feeling more lighthearted. Lighthearted is good. It means play, a little more fun, a little more giggling. We like a giggle. We like a giggle. You might be seeing more and more dolphins represented in books and cards and online things and meditations where they have the visuals. There's all different ways spirit can bring it. But a lot of times the dolphin will come around too when it's time for more play. Yes, dolphins are fun. Fun business. All right, let's see. I'm gonna jump in. I don't know. I am just dancing with this. Two different decks of cards. I keep swapping them out. I'm trying to get a feel for which ones want to come out and play right now. So I am just going to unlock all these bad boys and see where we go. Might have to move the camera back a little, which could fuddle a light. Is that the right word? A lighting. We'll see. What else is happening magically? Have you guys taken any new courses? Done any sort of studying? Any cool books out there? You guys just quiet about stuff. I know you're doing something. You got to be doing something. Ooh. Two new decks I have here. One from the ever generous Phoenix over here, Phoenix Trish. Very cool imagery here. And another one is the Divine Oracle. Speaking of the self-love, but it's not as girly as you think. It actually has, I didn't notice, it's the same author. It's a Starlight Frequency Oracle that was gifted to me. So that's why I like the imagery in it. So we're going to be using some of that tonight too. Some new decks. Let's see here. Says I've been dealing with appointments and getting answers finally. Oh goodness, that sounds good. I'm telling you, it always feels like a weight is lifted when you get some answers to something. We've been trying and trying and trying. Even if they're not your most favorite answers, you're getting somewhere. You feel overall your energy feels like it's getting somewhere, and that's a wonderful feeling to have. Sue Ellen says, readings, teachings from the trees. I don't know that one. I know Hidden Life of Trees. I don't know that one. That sounds interesting, though. Is it a druid type one or just more science just about the nature of trees and how they connect and all of that amazingness? Rachel says, finally got the okay for surgery. Fabulous. That does sound like a weight's been lifted in a forward direction. All right, shuffling these guys up. And first we will go with Sue Ellen, and then we will go with Raz here. Druidish. I love it. Well, it's a wee bit druidish. I've been so thirsty lately. I tell you what. All right, let's get these things in proper alignment. Crown, third eye, throat, heart, sacral root, and my two extras. Fabulous. All right, Sue Ellen, whoop, whoop. I'm going to tap into it, get some divination for a donation going. What is going on there? All right, well, Sue Ellen, vacation does the body good. Your upper chakras are really strong right now. Your crown, third eye, throat, all of that is really strong right now, which is good. Really solid connections and communications there. Um, Perfect for mediumship and channeling and things like that. When those guys are all open. Perfect. Perfect. Have you been doing any of that or just kind of getting settled back in? The cards out here. Woo! What are y'all doing? I swear, don't mess up. These are very used, very bent. I love them though. They get used a lot. Um, Swollen cool on a break, but haven't been really good. Then you'll be nice and refreshed. Refreshed. So a blue moon event. Is it like a market or a class? Something fun? You don't have to give details if you don't want to. I'm just being nosy. Nosy in a good way. If anybody out there is lurking, say hello, pop in and say hi so I know you're there. You might even get a single card pull. Market and giving readings. Excellent, excellent. Well, may there be beautiful weather for you. I don't know why I assumed it was outdoors. You just have to say today. Are you making plans to do anything right now, Sue Ellen? It is outdoors. Well, then there we are then. Um, are you making any kind of plans for putting something together? New opportunity or a change of some sort? We're starting to build a story about that, and I'm trying to tap into which angle they're going here. Okay. Okay. They're just asking you to double check your plans, not to cancel, but like maybe even like the scheduling, or there's something there that you need to take a magnifying glass. That's what I want to say. I know what I'm looking at here in my mind's eye, and just kind of go over the details a little bit more. Make sure nothing's missed and everything's perfect. Oh, tweak it. You got to tweak it a little bit. Or are you saying that? Yeah. Yeah, because they're giving a little note on that. But then the next card was, this is a new and exciting opportunity, potential career advancement, career or hobby, whatever you like. And quite a big message. The last one, a change in your life now. So um, unless there's something else going on, that is a very big yay and a very positive. Um, I want to think like future outcome, even for pursuing that. You know what Yoda says, and Star Wars fans. I mean, everybody kind of thinks that, don't they? Hmm? Yeah, so they're loving that. Almost want to just pull from the different deck right now. We'll see. I'm going to try this one. Some work in progress. I think that perhaps you don't give yourself enough credit. That's what I think. The angels think you're doing great. They're really loving this, what you're pursuing here, in the ways that you're pursuing it. And again, that first card was not anything to worry you about doing it, just about, check the balance, make sure everything. It almost feels like it'd be like a scheduling, a rooming thing, or I don't know, something like that. There you go, Raz. So Yoda says we do not try, doesn't he? You do or do not do. And you're doing. What else do we have from Spirit today for too long? Oh, beautiful. All right, so this, God, I keep getting these things to decline on the screen. So the first card that I'm pulling from this deck speaks to revelations. All doubt and confusion have now transmuted to clarity. So, in alignment with, potential self-doubt, or just, what is the word I'm looking for? Any sort of unsure feeling. Allow it as it is now being transmuted into clarity. Like it's in the process right now. These things are happening. Divine Channel is the next card here. Aligned guidance and love light naturally flows through you. You are a divine oracle. All right, wow. Well, here you go. Yeah, definitely pump up, pump up the Suellen here, because all the cards we're getting is they have big plans for you. They have big plans for you. So, no limiting thoughts, no playing small. We're not accepting that today. Let's see. What does Michael have to say for you today? Oh, Michael. And I think we're going to check out the fairies over there real quick. That deck's kind of screaming at me. Fear side charging on. That's what I'm talking about. Michael, Angels, what do you have to say? What message do you have for Sue Ellen today? Interesting. So they bring up the sacral chakra, which is, your passion, pleasure, um, your primal power. And it's not to say that it's out of balance. This card is bringing more awareness to awakening that kundalini, that dragon inside, to really power that goddess energy. It's a really cool energy space within your body. Um, they're also calling for you to pay close attention as you're going through this vibrational upgrade, these changes, to pay close attention because you may become more sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed food. Whenever you're going through a vibrational change, it, no, they're telling me, yes, you are right now, Sue Ellen, going through one um, without attunement per se. Just you are through all of the things that you're doing and everything coming together. You are shifting upwards. Um, so the potential for more sensitivities is heightened. So you want to take time to put good things in your body, drink more water, maybe you check on the vitamin situation, making sure that you're giving your energy, your body, what it needs to move forward more healthily in this, because when you raise your vibration, it takes a little bit more out of you. You know what I mean? You get a little tired until you get used to it. On the bump up, sometimes you find you're a little more tired, you're craving certain things. You definitely need more water. So keep that in mind that sensitivities may be coming about, but it's not like a warning of a bad, it's just your vibration is shifting upward. So it's requiring more good things to sustain that vibrational light. Hopefully that made sense to you. Usually I have that talk with the Reiki Pro 1 students. um, we also have the card. Well, Trish, I just saw something from my phone from you. I have marked you down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your support and donation, Trish. I've just marked you down. It came up. These come here. It comes from my phone. Comes over there. So, but anyway, I'll come back to you, Trish. The next card speaks to the God Box card. This is the card in this deck, which means, a sacred moon box, angel box, manifesting box, God box, whatever you want to call it. This deck calls it the God Box, which is having a special box set aside that perhaps you have decorated or you purchased and you really feel connected to it, that you have added in crystals and requests and things like that. And the only thing that goes in this box is what you're asking for spirit, or if it's an angel box, what you're asking the angels directly. You don't put your things in there, extra things. This is a box specifically for manifesting. You write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you will put into the special container. It is a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So think of it as a mailbox. Ooh, why didn't I ever say that before? So, and it can be a cool little box like this. I love to go to antique stores and get cricket boxes or little tin or brass boxes, antiques. Those are great too. I have a super cute tiny one that I'm just waiting to know what I want to put in there, something. But they're asking you to create and set aside a space or a box for that. And if you already have one, perhaps they're asking you to use it in a more focused way. But it will benefit. I started an angel box around 2013. I had my first little angel box. And I put feathers I found in there. I put tokens and talismans and some sigils. and little angel trinkets people had gifted me. And kind of made it my own. Everything that really felt like my connection in some way to the angels, I put in that box. As well, I put in obviously clear quartz for amplifying, but some angelite, some celestite. I think I put angel auras in there as well. And the most important bit was my requests. Um, I had my universal checks. I don't think I have them up here anymore. I had them last week, I think it was. Um, for manifesting abundance, I had some requests on heightening my psychic abilities and showing me how I can get better at those. So you can put all kinds of things in there. You can even put, angels, I ask you to show me how I can bring about more peace in my life. You can put whatever you want in there. All right. Anything else, Michael? That's a benefit right now. Okay. Michael the man, right here, wants you to remember to cut cords. Have a process where you cut cords and clear and reset your energy every week. More if you want to do it, just if you're feeling kind of funky for the day, you can do it as needed as well. But the more that you are stepping into this vibrational upgrade, really embracing more of these your light worker, intuitive abilities and growing them and having more exposure to the other side, you want to make sure that you have a really good system down pat to cut cords, clear energy, and maintain, call back all the parts and pieces that you have given out willingly, knowingly, and unknowingly out to the world, the outside, whatever. Call your energy back. So having a process. Do you have a process like that, Sue Ellen, right now that you like to use? Hello, Rowan Blue, over on YouTube. I'll let you go ahead and answer while I pull. All right, I want that fairy deck. Fairy deck. Do they want the traveler deck? All right. I thought it was a fairy deck. They pulled me too. Oh, I gotta do the puzzle piece. All right, there. Yeah. Boom. I am real. Swellen says yes. I do an old school, bad. I don't know what that last word is. List. When I was first learning cord cutting with the angel, it was interesting the different visuals that we went through. Some, like the traditional Archangel Michael's sword, severing ties, and Archangel Raphael's green soothing ointment or, mist or something to soothe up the spaces that were cut. There's a whole process. But sometimes the visuals were giant scissors that people would talk about in group because it was a weekend workshop, Angel Gateway. And they'd have giant scissors or little butcher knives and just a weird, not weird really, but just different visuals that work for different people. And I always find it fascinating. That's why I enjoy sharing and talking about it because everybody kind of sees things a little differently. And, it worked absolutely perfect for all the different visuals. But yeah, I like to hear that stuff. It's kind of cool. So it reinforces what to continue, what to let go. Gotcha. All right, let's pull up last card here, I think. Unless they decide to something else from the Traveler deck. Oh, well, got a little dragon action here. So this card is uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. So this speaks to uncovering things um, in yourself, in your for this particular thing. They're telling me all about abilities. You're uncovering, trying new things you didn't know perhaps were part of your abilities, and with that bounty and treasure, all of that jazz. And I don't mean cash. I mean additional data, connection with the other side, um, and that sort of thing. It's figurative, not literal with that. They're speaking quite a bit about your gifts right now, more so than financial abundance and things like that. So that's all of this is very positive for what you're doing. Fabulous. So when all these cards, my perspective, when all of these cards come up talking good about some new spiritual thing that you are pursuing and practicing, what it tells me is I'm on the right path, right? I am in the flow. I am in sync with the path and the divine's plan, and it feels fabulous. So there you go. There you go. And I will, you did not have any chakras out of alignment, but I will still go ahead and go into your energy afterwards and send your Reiki energy all through your organs, your Reiki, and kind of just enhance everything there. Reiki's not just for broken things. Imagine that. That's what's always interesting. Folks will come when they're really they wait till they get to a really bad state and then they'll book another appointment. And I'm like, well, there's preemptive as well. And oftentimes, if you come in and you're not all jacked up, so to speak, we can utilize that Reiki energy as an extra battery pack for you to get heightened visualizations and perhaps get you to the point, an altered state of channeling your own. Some fun things can happen. Soul and lovely, always need a good energy. Absolutely. So, Raz, are you still with us? Hopefully, we didn't lose you. Oh, there you are. I won't even ask for whoop whoop. And then Trish, you will be next. And if any questions on any of my ramblings come up, do put them in here. Sometimes I'm clear, sometimes I'm clear as mud. And I'm okay with that. Because my request is to ask me if I'm unclear so that I can correct the clarity in motion. Seeing a really deep purple color. Really deep purple. Let me go back up, make sure. Have you been resting a lot, Raz? Oh, you like a purple. Purple is fun. This is a beautiful deep purple. And I have a feeling I know which angel it is. Let me just pull up. See if I can do this. Nope, nope, not that. Oh boy. Well, not the recording. Oh my goodness. I was looking for, I'm feeling like it's Zadkiel or Jeremiah. So I just want to double check for you here. So bear with me as I go through. Look it back up again. Those two, I always mix up their color. Um, go. Okay. Jeremiah. Zadkiel's the dark blue. So Jeremiah is the one. It says, trying to rest. I've been so exhausted from being sick. Well, the resting is working on some level here because except for one chakra, the rest are actually spinning in perfect alignment and very healthily. So that's why I first came out with, okay, you must be allowing yourself to rest because things feel a little bit more regenerative. Or maybe they're pumping in some extra fluids or vitamins or something, but something in your energy. Because sometimes they'll, hard to explain on here, but the way the pendulum talks, it can vary. It can be weird swings, loopy swings, but yours was kind of just perfect all the way down. So instantly, like, okay, rested. Um, yes. And so the onus chakra that was out for you today was your solar plexus, which is primarily decision making, trusting on things, confidence. It almost feels like it's some level of decision making right now. Could even be, whether you've, decide to go back, you know, rest more or go back to work and all the things. But there's some sort of thing throwing that off. Could also be, on occasion, it is stomach upset that causes that from different medications and things like that. So it could be either one, but there is definitely something going on there that I'm going to send energy to and kind of, you know, get that swirled away, soothed. Um, it's good to know here if you're able to confirm whether it's more stomach upset or the other, because I send a little different energy for stomach upset. Yeah, my stomach got really upset from meds. Okay, so I'm going to do a whole soothing coding visualization in there to try to offset that a bit. Also, I swear my favorite thing when medicines or anything have it upset is the Gaviscon stuff. I just drink a chug of it, like a shot of it. Like I don't even pour it anything. I just drink it. Tastes terrible, guys, but it tends to coat things, and by the next day it's back to normal. I don't know if that's anything that will work for you right now. We used to have Malox, but they took that off the market because of something in there wasn't good for you. But now they have the Gaviscon. But in the meantime, I will also send Reiki energy to kind of soothe and calm that down a bit. Now, let's get to the cards. Do you have any particular questions, Raz, in certain areas, or do you just want me to do as I normally do and ask them what they would like you to know right now? Just figured I'd check in. Just do normal. Okay. I also wanted to make the note that the angel that came in, again, is Archangel Jeremiah, a deep violet color. So he helped with primarily spiritual path and healing emotions. So if there have been some tender emotions as of late, some things that are weighing, they're unhealed, some big arguments with family, something like that, typically he'll come in, or relationship stuff, he'll come in to help heal emotions. They can be emotions stemming from something recent or older stuff that's kind of coming to the surface right now. but also with spiritual path and helping you, kind of see that two great angels to work with for that is Jeremiah and Uriel, because Uriel kind of illuminates. I always see him with like a lamp, almost like the hermit card. Not the same meaning necessarily, but that's my visual there. Lighting the way, and the other one helping you kind of really understand things. So those two together. Raz says, yeah, I just got back to Florida. My sister and I argued. Okay. So when I work with the angels, um, something you can do if you choose is to ask them to help you with that situation, to help for you both have clarity without judgment, to be able to see and see the situation from your higher self's perspective, away from ego, mind, judgment, bitey stuff, or having to heal from the other person being bitey. See the situation there and ask for clarity on how you can fix that. Reading of the minds. It depends on the situation. So I'm kind of using filler words, but they're very good at doing that. Easing situations, helping conflicts, things like that. I either use to show me, or I ask them, before I'm going to, help us do this sort of thing. So there is that. They, the angel is there for a reason, though. They'd like you to ask for their help. That's why they show up randomly, so to speak. Not really randomly. I know what's going on, but it may feel random to a reader. All right. Okay. Now, this could pertain to what you just talked about. They're talking about learning what you can from the situation and review everyone's motives on it. Does that make sense with what was going on there? The next card speaks of moving forward through things. So either with the personal situations or with work or something, but there's a uptick of movement going on, forward direction. Rest says, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Okay. Forward moving, being carried into the next phase right now. So again, could apply to that, could apply to work or something like that. Whatever is hitting when I'm saying it is most likely what it's referring to. Okay, there may be some potential good news here coming too in the near future. I like that. Um, they want you to be outgoing, creative, confident, and perhaps a little mischievous, playful even. Use your originality and ingenuity. So that's interesting. Um, yeah, you may or may not have heard of a potentiality or something like that. If not, that's fine. They're saying something kind of an exciting news is coming up here. I like that. But could you tell us a little bit more about that? You want to? Okay, we get the water card, which is emotions. A positive resolution to a conflict. Hey, Bree! In a relationship that continues to grow closer. Hopefully, this is making sense to you there. Most of it seems like it could be pertaining to the personal stuff, but I don't know what the exciting or positive news would be. Perhaps it absolutely fits what you got. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. As long as it makes sense to you, I'm just delivering the mail. I like that. Let's hop over here to Michael. See what he has to say. Red jasper. I just got a visual for you for red jasper. you work with red jasper? Do you have any red jasper? If not, they're asking you to take a look at it, consider working with it as it has something to teach you, they said. See what else? It'll be in the qualities of it, something to teach you. Hmm. Red jasper, write it down, look it up. I know off the bat it's for grounding, but I know it has a bunch of other things. I use it just for grounding, but I feel like it's more than that. So some of the other aspects are going to be what you need in this period coming forth, next 30 days sort of thing. Um, Bree says, I'm on a paper editing break. It's a wild one of my favorites. But the topic of your paper is? I'm confused. I need backstory. All right, let's see. From Michael to you, Raz. Release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose moving forward. Oh, Bree says for Red Jasper. So yes, Raz, they're asking you, the angels are asking you to work with Archangel Michael specifically to let go of what no longer serves you on your purpose moving forward. So we happen to have a blue moon coming, just saying, full moon coming on Sunday. Great time for release work of getting clarity on what it is that is in your way and releasing habits, thought forms, situations, ties that no longer, that are binding us to something, kind of latched on like bungee cords to us, aren't letting us go forward. So take a look at that. And that's coming from the cards, not just me talking about the moon. All right. The next one is Archangel Michael again. Vacuum away fear. Call upon the archangels, Michael and Raphael, to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings in this situation, and everyone involved. 9 pages on osteoporosis. Anything good in there? They say I have that. I haven't listened to them. They told me in 2022. I was like, I'm not listening to you. That's a dirty word. And we're not talking about it. Well, I drink a ridiculous amount of milk and cheese and all the dairy. Um, Raz, are you still here? Did you see what that card said, Raz? So we have um, both the release card and the vacuum away fear. There's something going on here. Hey, Mr. Twin, what you doing? Milk and coffee does count. The coffee does count. All right. So, and sometimes these cards talking about releasing and vacuum away fear and some of the terminology may feel a little heavy or daunting, but it is designed to basically let a bunch of stuff on off your shoulders so you feel more light and free. So many times you feel a lot better afterwards. So I don't want us to fall into any situation where you're feeling like it's super daunting or anything. Is there any? All right, they want these cards here. We got another card pulled for you, Raz, from the Divine Codes. Why do I want to say got it? Three. Hold on, you. Hey, I count tea for my water intake. I feel like that's anti-water tea. Well, it depends. If it's like black tea with caffeine and stuff, but if it's like herbs, I think it's. I might get to having my lemongrass tea tonight from the garden. It was storming too bad last night. I could not collect. Raz. Oh, two came out for you here. Okay. Rest and retreat is the first card. And that is some kind of card right there. You got polar bears and rainbows, moons. That is something going on in this card. Rest and retreat. This is a call to continue to slow down, nurture yourself, and come back into your own energy. So continue to rest. Take it easy. External forces might be pushing you faster than your body's ready to, get back to quote unquote normal. This is a call from the universe saying, listen, take your time, rest, need it. So if there's, when the card comes up, in all practical purposes, you take a look and say, okay, this is confirmation that I'm not just being lazy or any of those words that come in ego mind words. The universe is actually saying I need this right now. Yeah, I have mugwort and I like the vanilla rooibos, I think it's called, with a spot of honey. That's my favorite. That's the Enchanted Earth Health Blend. Last card here, Raz, is a sea turtle energy. Oh, that's nice. I like a sea turtle. Patience is key. You will endure. Boy, they have you on a slow mode. You know, sometimes you wonder why you get so very sick. And at least with me, when I look back and see how I've been go, 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 and haven't listened to myself, they put me in timeout. I'm not saying that's the case with what happened with you, but boy, they are surely wanting you to rest and to continue to rest. Yeah, it's super cute, right? It has like some coral going on there, and you're walking on the beach. I hope I see some sea turtle nests this year. I'd love to see the babies hatch. I'm never out there when they do. Like my whole life, I've never once seen it. So a real turtle, though, like one coming up to lay eggs, Mr. Tree thought too. That was my first time ever seeing one live action. Usually, you just see the nest the next day. Yes, we did see a torso. That's not as bad as it sounds. It looked like a torso washing up under the moonlight, but it was actually a really big sea turtle. Um, like, you just never know what's going to wash up on these beaches these days. So, Bree, well, that's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate dream. I do not condone that dream. All right, Raz, are there any other questions pertaining to your reading? Really, they kind of focused on, and I wonder if that doesn't have something to do now we look back, the situation with the sister and the fight, and if that's not connected also to the solar plexus and stuff. Sometimes it is. So we have that situation, and then we also have the rest. So those are your highlighted areas for the rest of this week. And I will work on your energy, and I thank you very much for your support. And as always, if you have any other questions, you just message me. I am there. I know, Bree, that would be awful. Absolutely awful. I hate bad things with my animals or anybody I know. It's interesting. You're very welcome, Raz, and I hope you continue to feel better. Patience like the sea turtle, stability and patience, and red jasper. Don't forget the red jasper. All right, Trish, are you still with us? Can you hear me? Hello? You have a smart person question about this paper. What does that even mean? You're not here, Trish. Excellent. All right. Into your energy. Be safe to be seen, Trish. It's safe to be seen. No nervousness, no hesitation, no retraction feelings, Trish. Hmm. I see. Just playing. I like to get dramatic. Keeps you guys on the edge of your seats. Just kidding. Oh, that old pesky friend again. That chakra. Okay. Looks like it has everything to do with you and not necessarily external factors, which can be really optimistic there because, if it only has to do with your internal workings, you have complete control over that. That's how I like to see that. Lemonade, glass half, all the things. Um, I'm missing things over here. Um, what the structure wants. There's enough of us here. I'm sure we can figure it out together. Okay. Um, Next one. Trish says, "Welcome. The energy. Stay away from me with the tuning forks." Ew. Listen. Listen. Maybe that was just the wrong tones for you. There's a myriad of tones out there. Those ones were the most friendly, universal tones. That's okay. You are a special snowflake butterfly thing. I can't think of another little tiny unique little creature. Um, let's see what we got here. Lisa, she wants paragraph section titles. How do we do that? Purple owl doesn't. What world are you talking about? Purple owls and sections and titles. Is it just talking about titles and you need to type a paragraph and titles in a paragraph like I make classes? Oh, that's sassy, Trish. That's super sassy over here. Taylor Swift. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, what? Hey, be in the shadows. I'm catching up to everybody. Hello, hello. Mr. Quiz is in the wrong. Really wrong. I didn't like it either. There was one that was nice. Well, there's a whole lot of them, but yes. And typically, if it feels wrong, there's something to inquire about that. That is data to be figured out why it feels like that with your system. Your system is having a hissy fit over that frequency. So we look at what frequency it was, what that frequency typically happens upon, which auric field and or which psychological emotional thing, and then you can narrow it down. There is science, there is learning, there are things behind things. I know stuff. I know stuff. It's going to be my shirt, my next shirt. I know stuff. Um, Green. That's what I thought. Make it bold and center. Oh, I never center. Put stuff on a center of a page because then it looks like a flyer for like the community center. But I will do, you know, um, a title and then indent in the paragraph. And then if it's another section, title, bold, or underline, indent in the paragraph. If this is helping at all. Um, oh, Trish kept saying I want to run away. Well, that also there's more to it. When we look at what we're talking about, what state your nervous system was in, plus that particular tune, which I don't remember which one it was. I think I might know. Then we can start to piece together why you wanted to run away. It wasn't because of the tuning fork itself. It was because of what it was activating. If they bug you, there's a reason. There's an imbalance there. So it's not something, and just like everything in life, if something's hard, it doesn't mean you don't do it. It means you try to learn how to do it or figure out why it's so hard. Uh, and with energy healing, with things you feel the resistance somewhere, you don't just stop. Like with Reiki, if I'm doing Reiki and I'm feeling a feeling that feels really uncomfortable, coming from the client or a blockage, I don't say, well, we're done. I'm not going through that. No, I get more data. I figure out what it is. I ask more than figure it out. I ask for help. I'll be honest and get my words right there. I ask for help how to unwind, how to smooth that out so that it feels like everything else and there is no more resistance. We're wanting to heal and all the things, but just saying. Um, oh, you're welcome, Bree. Um, I'm realizing that fits with Jamie's narrative of needing. What are you talking about? I'm so lost. I can't keep up. Period, colon at the end, period. Bree, the tangent has begun. I mean, you're right. Be in the shadows. If I were to drop it upon your head or miss the mallet, the striking mallet, and hit you in the nose, I could be fired. Yeah, definitely run away from me at that point. Or this giant old pendulum over here. If I were to drop this on your head or your eye, definitely would run away. For you guys who didn't see this before, this is the biggest one I've ever had, but not the biggest one I've ever seen. It's ginormous. Over there. My friend, I'm keeping it all wrapped up nicely because I'm not chipping the end of this bad boy off. He goes in the bubble wrap and in my thing. By thing, I mean my vintage antique box from an antique store and all that jazz. Um, okay, so, oh, jeez. I can't, you people. All right. So, Trish, let's go back to your energy here. I forget what in the world we're talking about before, but I check your chakras and I have a reading over here to tell you. Crown was fine. Third eye was out of whack. A lot of overthinking or questioning. There's something going on in there. A lot of in the thoughts instead of in the flow. A lot of ego mind, and I don't mean that in a negative way. Just you know that overthinking or over analyzing or something of that nature is going on up there. The throat is fine. The heart is fine, but the solar plexus is out. So we have the third eye and the solar plexus. So that tells a story there. The sacral and the root are fine. So this leads me to perhaps the lane of this is internal instead of external stuff right now. Potentially really, really thinking or mulling through decisions, whether to do this or that, or not do this or not do that, or something like that. Does any of that resonate? Oh, this truth overthinking to the max. I'm really rethinking Friday. I'm suddenly really busy doing something. Whatever. I don't have to use the tuning fork. Be in the shadow. We get a part-time job only when they're needed. Gig, but did have second. Uh, but did have. You know, oh, that must have been something you guys know what you're talking about. Um. All right, Trish. So this resonates. Okay. Do you have questions for the angels regarding that? Anything, or do you just want me to see what they want to tell you? You need something that they can provide more clarity so that you quit overthinking to the max. Because you throw your energy out. You know, we really, honestly, the truth of the matter is, and this is coming from someone who likes to figure everything out too, I get it. A lot of times they have, all the time, they have way better ideas for us. We think we know the right things. And it's good to think. I'm not saying be a dummy out there. You want to think, but have a discussion with them at the same time. You know, include them as if you're both brainstorming together. Your angel team and spirit guides and you. And then it takes the pressure off, gives you much better ideas. And we want to always temper the less than feelings that come up when we are trying to make decisions and figure stuff out. We want to lean towards the empowered feeling. Let them have at it. Got it. Okay, we get a water card. It's all about emotions. A complex decision. You need to do research. Stop procrastinating on it. It's a complex decision. They zoned in. They're like, see, we're right here listening the whole time. So, again, uh, apparently is a more complex decision, probably why you're in the head a lot over it, or whatever you said to the max. Um, here's the clue here. You need to do research. Like, there's more data out there to gather before you make a decision. They really want you to get on the ball about it. Oh, a bit. Already in my business. Um, yeah, so it might sound counterintuitive, two lines together, but some extra research, and they say literally with an exclamation point, stop procrastinating. So sometimes the figuring out and trying to make the decision is like a subconscious self-sabotage to moving forward and making the choice and, you know, putting our feet forward. Um, if a client will come in that's having trouble moving forward in a situation, make a decision, maybe selling a house or a car or something like that, I make sure to cut the cords at the feet. The feet are what, you know, those cords tend to energetically hold people back and tie them to other things. So, Trish says, tell them they can wait or hurry it up. I blame them. Bree says, spirit team is nosy. Debbie nosy. What else you guys have to say? Carefully weigh your decisions. This is curious. Also in the card, it speaks to maintaining good health. That help at all? I think it's random in my brain, but I'm just delivering the mail. Says you have planted some seeds in a situation, but there's been a temporary pause in action and a lot of unnecessary worry. It literally says that. It's not me. That's unnecessary worry. You can't read it backwards, but it does. Is this helping? Can they pick a struggle? There's more than one. Okay, Bree, that sounds fun. Be in the shadows. I say that all the time now. Well, that was a choice. That's a choice. Like that outfit, that's a choice. It says, my we can go. She's not listening again. I don't know what you're saying. Um, pull one more here and see if it helps you. That last round kind of sort of looked like it might have been or something. But this card says be a team player. They're encouraging you to be a team player, but also make sure that you're getting recognition for the very high quality work that you're putting in. You may have to use some creativity in the situation. Does that help at all? Do you know what they're saying there? I'm going to move on to the divine codes. The randomness to you, but exactness to me has me cackling. I love to hear that. That makes me happy. I don't ever need to know. All I need to know, I always say, I'm like a broken record. I need you to know what they're saying. I'm not trying to be nosy. Just delivering the mail. Got you cackling too. Like the crow, I have got to get some peanuts for this crow. Sweet Jesus, I always forget. The crow is sitting here. He's got to get something else from the refrigerator because I need to make him my friend. I think he's getting, I'm going to lose him. He's been coming around and I got to make that connection with my friend. I'm determined this year to get a crow friend. Oh, look! God has brought peanuts! Mr. Twin got peanuts from a crow friend. See, this is how it works, guys. Manifesting. Speak, and it shall be given. I'm dying over here. That was perfect. That's magic, baby. That's magic. Oh. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, I manifested the wish. Mr. Twin was the vehicle for my manifestation. It's different. Look it up. I love that. It's an old TikTok thing that lady that would run around in her robe and run around in her yard and do some shaking and yelling and stuff. And she's like, it's no meditation. Look it up. And she scream and run. Just had to be there. All right, Trish, we got some cards here from the Divine Codes Oracle that we're going to bring to you. What else do you have to say to Trish? I keep her cackling this eve. Oh, this one's deep. Okay, this may touch a little on some interesting stuff we've talked about in the past. This is the Valley of the Soul, and I wish that you could see the detail here. It's very interesting. What is that? Like a flying fish? I don't even know what's going on there. But it has like the world. It has a being that has many layered feathers. And it's a moth. Very cool. So it speaks to exploring your divine blueprint to unearth your soul's gifts, memories, and past life karmic ties. So this is looking at your soul's memories, the past life karmic ties, and how they connect in with your soul's gifts. So that's a journal point and something to work on, more so than, an answer to the current situation that's going on in your energy field. This is a more soulful, definitely to work on maybe this month if you'd like to. It is a suggestion from Spirit. Anything else you'd like to suggest, Spirit, at this time? Have you done a past life review, Trish, with me? That course? Okay. They're asking you to step back in the more divine realms right now. The angelic realms, higher realms are all within your grasp. So perhaps there's been a moment of stepping away from some heavy angel work and celestial connections and deep, divine connections because they're asking you, they're saying you can get to them, you can access them. They'd like you to, basically. That's what the wording says there. You were waiting for this. You just had to ask. Yeah. These are really trippy cards. I love it though. I love them. I could stare at them for ages. Some people may just call them trippy, but I like it. I like it a lot. Um, like we're trying to say. Wait, what are you guys saying up here? I missed. You pull out the tuning forks. Uh, what have I missed? Well, I might for the crows. I don't think they like that. They're not horrible. Oh my god, people love them. I can't eat you. No. You are very welcome. This is a lively conversation. Are you sure they're people? Who? Who are people? What do you mean? What is happening? What is going on here? What have I missed? The one who likes the force. Ew! Yes! Oh my god. They are. They are people. Um, Real people of this dimension. Yeah, I see. I see now, Ryan. I see now. Yes, they do. I'm telling you, we should do it again and write down the frequency instead of laughing about the sudden unliking of it, which was funny and took me off, you know. Well, it's called that. That was Matt. I shouldn't have used their government name. It says right there their name, though. Her name. I do call you Ryan when you're being bad. Ryan. Just maybe I need a few shots first. Well, funny you say that because the potion area is open right next door to Healing Hedgewood. Guys, I will be there Friday from 2 to 7 or 8 p.m. We'll see. Um, and just wander around touching crystals, doing readings, some healings, tuning forks for those who wish to receive such things as a sound bath. Um, but also, if you get there before 3, right next door, the potion area is open. And they have, I'm going to try, what was it? The one that Sarah posted today. That one looked good. It had like a black raspberry and all kind of stuff going. But they make teas um, based off of like manifesting tea, all this really cool stuff based off of energy and stuff like that. Of course, you can ask for a specific one, but they have a whole menu. Um, so it's super fun, and I liked the coffee. It's organic, and there's a whole story about it, a collective, and I forget the whole story, but it's really good. It's a collective of women that have, grown it and put it all together and got it to them. So it's local and all the yummy stuff. It was pretty good. My cold brew vanilla that I had. A water bath. Water baths are wonderful with bubbles even. Their hours are wild. They need to be open longer. Well, they're going to work on that. There's going to be what I hear, rumor mill, and in time there'll be some evening stuff um, available there. They're going to open up. I don't know if they'll close and then open up a little later or stay open, but they just got open, and that they got people staffed and trained on these very expensive units that make these things and brew them. Like you could buy a car with this coffee maker. But so it's good stuff. I do wish they were open to at least 5, but I hustle in and maybe I'll be able to get one before I get to work. If we're lucky, they may even have some sort of open mic night evening stuff in the future. That would be cool. All right. Anybody? Oh, I only have 8% on my phone, so it's telling me it's time to go. Um, so I will see you there. Keep an eye out if you're on the email list or any of the social accounts. I am relaunching the How to Work with the Angels and Feel Better kind of level 1 course, but it has some additional stuff in there on grounding and connecting and meditations and things. And even if you kind of looked up some stuff online, you wrote it down, it's really good to have an actual foundation of, dare I say, the correct ways to kind of connect with them. And correct meaning really just getting rid of all the myths. You know what I mean? And the beliefs that aren't correct. And usually people have the beliefs that keep them detached from them more. So this is a really embracing sort of thing. So keep an eye out for that. 6% left on my phone. All right, guys. Yeah, that's all I can remember. In the boy, I feel really rushed with this 6%. Boom, boom. But you know how to find me. I will see you here next time. And if you're local, come see me Friday. All right, bye.